All right, time to talk a little tech with Lindsay Smith. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good, yeah.
Good. This is the first time we've been on the Tech Talk together.
It's the first time I've done anything on the couch, let alone.
Oh, this is exciting. All new,
I'm feeling it out a little bit here, yeah.
That's great.
Google and Bing and all these search engines, the way we search now is being changed dramatically. Talk about that.
It is. Well, search, it's 70% of people look online and do their research before they make a purchasing decision. So obviously Google and Bing and Yahoo are constantly looking at ways to better optimize the search results so that we really get what we're looking for when we type in those keywords. And many people don't realize that our social behavior online, so who we interact with, the types of things we look at are actually being taken into consideration when we're doing our search. So for example, have you seen the +1 buttons on Google lately when the search results come up and you can vote on the +1? Well, that takes into account people within your network that you've put into Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus, which is the new Google online social community. The more interactions you have with those people and the types of things you engage with those people will change how search results show up. It'll also look at past behavior when you're online. So if I'm logged into any sort of Google account and I'm searching for a BlackBerry 1 minute, I go off and do some sort of other task and then come back later. I may be searching for a Vancouver restaurant in my next search, but it remembers that I was searching for BlackBerry before and tries to pull stuff like that in.
That's troubling. There's a lot of privacy issues that might be at stake here, no?
Well, I always, see, I'm a little bit more liberal with this stuff because I love the idea that the search engines and online content providers are interested in what I want and are looking at my behavior in order to feed me stuff that is more, that is applicable to what I want. And the only way they're going to do that is by being able to look and follow what I'm doing online. For people that don't want other people to know what they're doing, they can easily, they just don't sign into your accounts, anonymously log on to the search engines, and then you have a lot more privacy because all they're really seeing then is your IP address.
I guess it's the way of the world, and to get exactly what you're looking for in a search is important these days because, and there's a lot of competition out there for search results.
There is, and one thing to keep in mind, like there's companies that are called search engine optimization companies and search marketing companies that work with businesses all the time to try and bring the business's search results to get them on page 1. But the reality is the page 1 that you see now today is different than the page 1 that I see or someone else sees. It's bringing me content based on my, like if I wanted to search for a Vancouver realtor and I type in Vancouver realtor, it's going to bring up people within my network that are Vancouver realtors first, which is actually a good thing, right? Because I want to work with people that I know and that I trust and I can get testimonials and reputation and all sorts of stuff.
How much of that is driven by what's going on in the smartphone industry? I mean, we have access to the computer at all times, everywhere we go, and I would think that has a lot to do with how
when you look at the statistics online of how many people are actually conducting search from a computer or a laptop as opposed to mobile, it's not uncommon to see a website visited 30–40% of the traffic going to that website is coming from mobile phones now on average. So that is a huge jump. More and more people are using what we call smartphones, so phones that you can use for email, for surfing the web, for multimedia content. It's no longer, you know, I don't want anyone to take offense, but sometimes I have to laugh when I see people whip out their little flip phones, and I'm like, no, your world, it will change if you just get a smartphone. It's just
And the smartphones are changing so quickly as well. What platform should people be using? Is there a difference between the iPhone and the Android? I'm not sure I understand it all myself.
That's a great question. Well, I was actually, I've just been explaining to a lot of people lately that I've been an iPhone user for a very long time. I just recently switched over to an Android platform. I'm on a Samsung Galaxy S, and actually this is actually the latest one today that I've got here. It's the Galaxy S2. And I mean,
it looks like an iPhone.
Well, it looks similar. It's very app-based in the sense that you can see the apps on it. Tons of different programs. You can read your email. You can surf the web. In my opinion, the difference between the two, between an iPhone and an Android, Overall, it's a simple user experience on both phones, but the Android is a little bit more complicated in the sense that you can customize things a lot more. It has 2 levels to it in terms of you can install widgets on your home screens. So am I confusing you? You're like a widget.
I got an app now. What's
yeah,
a widget?
A widget is essentially like more information to your home screen. So I can get the weather without having to click on a specific app. I can get the weather right up on there. I can go and I can see the American press headlines I've got here. I've got YouTube videos right there on my home screen. So from that perspective, you're able to customize the type of things and the type of information that you want right away without even having to click. iPhone, on the other hand, is a little bit more, it's more simple. You don't have home screens, or your home screen is essentially just a list of all your apps. Whereas on the Android, you have to go down one layer to click on your apps to access everything. So you're bringing a more customized experience, whereas with the iPhone, it's just kind of fed to you in a different way. I don't know if that helps you at all.
It's all user preference these days, isn't it? And a huge market out there. I'm sure there's plenty of room for both companies too.
Yeah,
to make
Android's
their money.
actually taking a huge part of the market share because their phones are a little bit more cost effective than the iPhone, a little less expensive.
Yeah. Okay. Lindsay, thank you very much for your time. If you need any more information, you can check out Lindsay's website, lindsaysmith.com. Thanks for